Okay. Now, today is the October the 15th. I here have a message to all Americans who are watching this, okay? As an Australian Hong Konger who lost my job due to the vax mandates last year, 1 year ago, plus I've endured the harshest lockdown in one of the most locked down cities in the world, which is Melbourne. I have this message or video to all of you Americans, okay? I'm sure many of you have enjoyed the same things in America, which you've seen the election being at least, sort of conducted in an unfair way. Plus, the so-called new president, what he had brought to you in nearly 2 years' time. In nearly 2 years' time. Highest inflation, high crime, everything. This CC agenda, everything. I'm sure you've seen it all already. Especially in the blue states where they have this ridiculous lockdown and pass these vax mandates, okay? Now, I don't know whether you believe in the election, still believe in the election that can change it or not. But what I am here to say to you, if you still believe that election can have an impact, that's fine. That's yours, okay? I believe that I don't have any confidence in the elections since November 2020, alright? I did my best in the May election. Unfortunately, the election still got the leftist Labour Party took office, and he's increasing the pain on all Australians already. Although we have already emerged from the lockdowns and the vax mandates, but many of us are still unemployed because in particular this state, Victoria, which still have the vax mandates, and I'm sure some of the blue states in America still have these vax mandates enforced by the public servants, by the public service or the private service, okay? But some of these asshole, whatever you want to call them, bosses who are in the private sector, especially major corporations, and plus some certain very, very cold-hearted, small and medium businesses bosses, okay? Now, I want to say to point, if you want change and you're sick and tired of it, you must vote out the party and those politicians. I reckon you know which party that is. That is implement the lockdowns plus the vax mandate, the vax passport, okay? They are the ones that must be voted out at all costs. Or if you can't vote them out, you must write to the office or every time when they're having a public rally, whatever, boo them, okay? You must say in front of them that we don't want to vote for you anymore because what you implement you implement the lockdowns, the vax mandates, plus the vax passport, and now this CC change plus the Ukraine war, okay? It has already suffered a lot already, okay? By the working class and almost anyone who lost their jobs due to vax mandates, lockdowns, etc. Okay? Now I'm telling you another thing, another part. However, the other side, the other party, is so-called especially you gotta be aware of those rhinos, which I'm sure you are aware of. Okay, not the animal rhinos. I love watching these rhinos, but these rhinos are much worse than these animal rhinos. Okay, because they pretend that they don't have mass mandates. We just let them choose. But however, they let the other party, especially that party that run the large cities in the red states, to have these vax mandates, lockdowns, vax passports, CC change agenda, alright? And also the support for Ukraine agenda, alright? They just quietly let the other party in the major cities, in the red states, do whatever they want. And they just pretend, sorry, I can't stop them. I cannot have control over them. Or they'll say, I can't control these big corporations. Whether they are international big corporations or even American-wide corporations, okay? Or even like those small and medium businesses. They'll say, I can't control them. I told them not to do that. This is not an excuse, okay? These rhino parties, you must also tell them that I'm sick and tired of you letting these big corporations, major international corporations, American corporations or international corporations or some certain big and small medium businesses to allow these vax mandates to continue. Alright? and also the public servants too, okay? You gotta, on this November, you gotta tell them that you are gonna lose my vote if you don't put a stop to this, okay? You must tell all these rhino governors and those rhino legislators, okay? Or if you don't want to vote, oh, that's fine. It's up to you, alright? I'm not asking you to you must vote for that party or that party, alright? Then you got another choice. Continue on these freedom rallies, anti-vax rallies, anti-vax passport rally that occurring in your city, your county, your state, everything. We in Melbourne have already, starting from 1 year ago, we have every weekend, rallies every weekend against these vax mandates and against these lockdowns, against these unfair this draconian pandemic legislation. They will, trust me, they will, after this election, they will, especially the blue states, okay, they'll put up with such a legislation, which is in fit of narrative for maybe for the next whatever pandemic, whatever it is, okay. In California, they already put legislation to silence your doctors already. They are doing this already in California. So don't think that they won't do this, even whether they want these bastards won or lose the election in any way, okay? Plus, another thing I gotta tell you Americans, you got to protect your Second Amendment at all costs. It's your right to bear arms, which is a deterrent to this kind of tyranny. This is why the lockdowns are not as severe as us we have in Australia or other places, which is less severe than what I endure in Melbourne, Australia, or other people endure in other countries. Okay? Because it's Second Amendment. Now don't get me wrong, alright? I don't condone any gun violence. I was brought up to hate people who use guns to commit crime, robbery, mass shootings, etc. Okay? I hate these people, okay? I used to think that you Americans are crazy having guns and everything for all these big crime problems, right? But in the last few years I realized that these gun dealers at least are much better than this big pharma. Big pharma and also this medical pharmacy complex, okay? At least the gun dealers will allow you to choose whether you illegal or legal or not. They'll let you, when they come to you selling a gun, they let you choose whether you buy whatever gun you want or whether you choose not to buy or not. If you're angry, you can tell them, fuck off, I don't want a gun, I don't need a gun, alright? Fuck off! You can tell them this, okay? In a very nasty manner. Or even a nice manner, sorry, I'm not interested. But next time, when you need one, at least he'll nicely say, which gun you wanted? Which gun you wanted? I say, oh, because sorry, I'm rude to you. I need a gun right now to protect my home and protect myself from this tyrannical government. Okay? Please give me one, and he'll give you a nice one, a good one. Or if you bought one of these weapons or gun, it does not work. You return to him, and he will return the money to you, or he give you a better one, or he'll fix up that gun for you. That is these gun dealers at least, or gun manufacturers at least ensure your product works. Trust me, they are more protective of the consumer rights than this big pharma who are making these poisonous drugs and these bags who is not, especially, you know which bags that is. I'm sure you know in the last 2 years, alright? And they are encouraging this government to implement this vax mandate, which you choose between your job or your health, or you want to gamble on your health. These gun dealers, they don't do that. They're much more, at least honorable than the pharmacy, okay? This big pharmacy and the government and the communists in the government, okay? That's what I thought, alright? Okay, if you're like-minded, then okay, you want to vote, fine. You want to vote for that whichever party you want, alright? And some of those freedom candidates or again, that's what I recommend. You must vote for the person who's against these lockdowns, against the vax mandate, the vax mandates, the vax passports, totally against it, okay? They must be totally against it, okay? And also they must be against any mandates in whichever industry, public, private, or in all walks of life, including against kids, and also which is the mandates whether they are on age on the old age or the what do you call it, the middle age. Doesn't matter what age group, okay? They must be against mandates in all industry and all age groups, okay? Otherwise, sorry. And this CC change too, plus the Second Amendment. They must be against the CC change, the great what we call the great restructure by the World Economic fuck up, which I'm called this organization, alright, in Switzerland, okay? These candidates must be going against these things, or otherwise, sorry, I won't vote for you. Okay? Now, okay, if any Americans still think, oh, their country is fine, or we love the vax, the vax is alright, whatever it is, that's fine, you just continue in the next 2 years, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay? I'm pretty fine with that. You continue with your great reset, CC change, whatever it is, the government will hurt us with this vax, whatever it is, the guns are bad, whatever, okay? That's fine with me, alright? But for those who are awake, you must at least attempt to vote. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe or not, but you must at least try to vote, to say to people, I try to kick you out of office by voting. If it's failed, then you got your guns. At least you got your guns, okay? To protect yourself from anything happens, whatever happens after 1 month later, which is about 3 weeks later, alright? Whether elections, the results, whatever the results is, okay? You must buy a gun right now. Otherwise, whatever the results is, you need your guns more than ever, alright? You have to, okay? Whether you accept it or not, okay? It's your last chance of defense. At least you can say, I did use my gun to protect myself and die in an honorable way. When your grandchildren, great-grandchildren read about this 100 years later, if they even have the rights, if they get the republic and still have the Second Amendment and First Amendment rights, okay? You lost the First Amendment rights already. Given what I read from Dr. Shiva Duray 1 year ago when he done the lawsuit, they align up with Big Tech and shutting up anyone who doesn't have the same views as them, alright? You lost that already. So Second Amendment, you must keep to it, okay? That's all. That is all I want to say, alright? This is a message from a ex-hospital CSSD instrument technician who lost his job due to mandates 1 year ago, and I'm still technically on welfare, and I'm still attending these rallies every weekend. And I also went to the big rally in Canberra and all the big rallies in around this country, some of them. Alright? That's all I want to say, alright? Just remember, vote wisely and plus stick with your Second Amendment. That's all I want to say to all Americans. Okay? See ya.